What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys an NFL Week 18 video. We have, basically everyone playing on Sunday. Well, we have 2 games on Saturday, the rest on Sunday. We have 14 games on Sunday. It is Week 18, so there are teams that really have nothing to play for, which obviously matters when making your DFS selections. You don't want to be picking guys on teams that have nothing to play for because they could easily not play their usual role. So I'll give you guys a list of teams that have nothing to play for in just a moment. There's a bunch of articles out there that talk about different scenarios, but giving away another Guru Credit promo code for 10 Guru credits. I'll give you guys that code after a couple of my picks. With 14 games on this slate, it's kind of wild. All of them except for one have an over-under of 37 to 42.5 or something. Maybe 43 is the highest. The only game with a higher over-under is the Lions and Packers game, which is the Sunday Night Football game. Usually the Sunday Night Football game is not a part of the main slate. But assuming because there's no Monday Night Football game, that there's no Sunday to Monday slate, so they just ended up throwing that game in the main slate. And maybe the fact that it's the only high over-under of the slate, they forced it in as well. The Lions and Packers game has a 48 over-under. The only game of this week with an over-under of over 50 is the Saturday game, the Chiefs and Raiders. So, with all these teams playing, it's kind of crazy to see so many low totals. There could be a lot of games with a lot of bad football, but regardless, let's get right into things here. So a list of teams that have nothing to play for on Sunday. The Vikings and Bears game is a wash. Both teams have nothing to play for. They could easily end up only starting Justin Jefferson and playing him for maybe the first half at best. So that game's a wash. You should honestly pick no one in that game except for potentially a defense. The New York Giants have nothing to play for. So, again, all these teams, big red flags when picking your guys. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, nothing to play for. They're already locked into the 4th seed in the NFC. The Los Angeles Chargers, they either get the 5th or the 6th seed. It only depends on other games. They have no way of determining it. The Detroit Lions potentially could end up having nothing to play for based on one of the afternoon games with the Rams and Seahawks. And those teams those are the teams that you really don't really care about. So keep an eye out on that. That is certainly useful information. So while we jump into the first pick here, Brock Purdy, 6,900 is cheap. The 49ers are huge favorites, minus 14. Purdy's been playing really well for this 49ers team. The Cardinals are pretty hurt on defense, and their defense was really bad anyways. I expect them to absolutely crush. I just hope they don't blow them out. I hope Purdy's needed in that second half. Christian McCaffrey's priced at 10,000 for good reason, but Purdy has thrown 2 touchdowns in 5 straight games. He's been playing fantastic, even in tough matchups. 2 against the 5th ranked Washington Commanders defense, 2 against the 8th ranked Buccaneers defense. So Purdy's been doing really well, and he gets Deebo Samuel back this week. So he's got Samuel, he's got Ayuk, he's got George Kittle, and he's got McCaffrey to throw to. By far the best receiving core in the NFL all around. So Purdy, while he's playing well, he's got quite the weapons around him to throw to. For running back, I love this Lions and Packers game. The Packers do have something to play for, so they're going to be playing all their starters as normal. Aaron Jones at 7,400 is a great play here. You could also look at Aaron Rodgers at 7,100. Rodgers has just been very underwhelming as a fantasy player this year, but this is the spot to score a lot. This Lions defense, one of the worst in the NFL. Jones at 7,400 could do a lot here. You do have A.J. Dillon, but he's more of a ground and pound guy. He could vulture touchdowns from Jones, but Jones is still going to get, 12 to 15 carries most likely, and he can be a big part of the passing game. He hasn't been over the last 2 weeks, but I expect that to change on Sunday night. This is a great value play. 7,400 is a fine price on Aaron Jones. He has a big ceiling against the Lions. And then going to my website for the 10 Guru credits. Again, I just ask you to like this video and make sure you're subscribed. That's all I ask. Go over to the shop page on my website, and in all caps, you want to type in NFL Week 18 when this wants to load. So all caps, NFL Week 18, and you get 10 Guru credits. Not as many Guru credits as I usually give, but I wanted to do a giveaway as I've done in all NFL videos. I just did an NBA giveaway yesterday, so don't want to do it too much. But, NFL Week 18, you get 10 Guru credits like this video. For wide receiver, more exposure to the Packers here. Allen Lazard is a good play. He's basically the wide receiver 1A or 1B to Christian Watson. He's just the cheaper guy between the two, so Lazard makes for a nice value play at 6,400. Rodgers has been throwing to him 17 total targets over the last 2 weeks. Hasn't found the end zone in quite a long time, but again, this is an ideal matchup against the Lions. The Packers are not good enough to establish a running game and blow out this Lions team, so I expect them to, they have to pass here. So Lazard should get plenty of targets. They don't have many other guys other than him and Christian Watson to throw to. For tight end, I like spending up here to Mark Andrews at 7,100. The Bengals, an average passing defense. He was really utilized last week against the Steelers. 9 targets, 9 catches. Yes, he doesn't have Lamar throwing to him, but Lamar isn't that great of a passer anyways. Huntley is just fine. Huntley was able to get the ball to him 9 times on 9 attempts for 100 yards, 14.5 fantasy points. So, Andrews makes for a good play. Tight end, as usual, is a bad position this week. There aren't many spots to go to. Andrews at 7,100, I don't think it's too expensive. I think it's a really safe spot at the tight end position. Then for defense, I like the Dolphins. 3,500, nice and cheap. Anywhere in the mid 3,000s is cheap against the bad Jets offense. This has a extremely low over/under. I think it's 37, and the Dolphins are favorited, so don't overthink it. There's not going to be a lot of points in this game, and the Jets are coming off of a brutal loss last week, which eliminated them from the playoffs. So they have nothing to play for. The Dolphins defense should have no issue shutting down this Jets offense. That'll do it for this video, guys. Drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and let's close out this regular season on a high note. Till next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See you.